Okay, first of all, y'all know I don't need no intro. And y'all, I'm really trying hard to get back into doing my videos. I don't know what it is. Like, I be wanting to do it, but then I don't want to do it. Then I want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't know. But anyway, first perm of the year. Yeah, baby, she is laid. She's laid, honey. And she got body. Don't do too much. Don't do too much. Anyway, so this, oh God, get out the camera. So, I want to make this video talk about what I feel, excuse me, are some of the misconceptions about therapy, right? I'm listening to a book. It's called Be Well, on Audible, and it's from It's a psychiatrist, and she's talking about her journey into the mental. Stop it! Really? Her journey into the mental health field, and she goes into detail about different mental health conditions and things like that. So anyway, one thing she mentioned is that, and I'll put the name of the book in the description box in case anybody wants to read it. It's a really good read so far. I'm not finished, but so far so good. So anyway, she does discuss how people have this fear of therapy because we all see the movies where the therapist is like sitting there with a notepad and they're like and they're looking at you. Well, a lot of times people feel like the therapist is, they're judging me, or no, I ain't gotta do that. They're judging me, or they're not listening and stuff like that. But what I feel is we are not trained to be listeners, right? When we have a problem, who do we talk to? We talk to family, we talk to friends, we talk to our spouses. So we talk to people with this sense of a rapport, right? A give and take, an engagement. I say something, you say something. So when we talk to someone and they're not quick to respond and put in their 2 cents, as you say, we automatically assume that they're not listening, which is not really the case. It's the opposite, right? They are listening. They're doing exactly that. They are listening. They're giving us their full attention. So a lot of time when people talk to therapists and therapists are very quiet and they're looking at you, it's not judging. And if you honestly feel that a therapist does or says something that you feel is judgmental, then you get another therapist. But they're not judging you. They're listening to you. And many of us don't know how to listen and are not used to people listening to us, that we don't know how to do it or what it looks like, right? So it was just an interesting perspective because I was thinking, I'm like, people really, 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 and myself included, we have to become better listeners, right? So that way, when someone is speaking to us, we are really taking the time to take in what they're saying, and vice versa when someone else is talking. A lot of times we want to respond, and not because we don't care about what they're saying. It's because, look at that, it's because we do care about what they're saying, and we want them to know, I hear you, or I've been through it too, like just these different things to show the person that you're engaged. But you can be engaged at the same time and not interrupt. So I want people to take time to think about that and consider that when going into therapy. Don't be taken aback by someone not jumping in and interrupting you. Allow someone to truly listen to you, because sometimes when we have the opportunity to fully get our thoughts out, they tend to make more sense. They tend to we get to hear it in a different way when we speak and have someone listen to us uninterrupted. And psychiatrists, they're there to help you. They are there to pay attention to the things that we don't really pay attention to. They are trained to see, the mannerisms, how you say things. That's why it's important to go to telehealth. If you can't make it out the bed, or you can't drive, or whatever the situation is, do telehealth. Be on video. Let the therapist see you. Let them see how you live. And if you can't go to the office, go into the office and be present and be in it. So that way they can help you to the best of their ability, being able to see you and to hear you. And I just want to take the time to just talk about that and give that to someone. If you're considering going to therapy, if you're worried about that, don't be. Don't be. Therapists are there to listen. That is like 90% of their job, to listen and then assess how they can help you. But the first thing they must do is fully listen. So don't be alarmed when they don't respond to you telling your story. They're listening, to you. And I think it's important. And I think it's something that we all can practice a little bit more with listening to people. I work in customer service. I work in a corporate world, and I have had to work on really, really taking the time to listen. I think because we're so quick to respond that sometimes if we just listen, we will either respond differently or we won't have to respond at all. Maybe it's something else that, we need to do. So it's a life skill that we all can be better at in our personal life and professional life. So that's all I wanted to say. I'm really trying to get back with these videos because this is very important to me. It's important to my mind. It's important to my spirit to be able to talk about mental health, talk about domestic violence, talk about all kind of, just talk about being a single mother, talk about life things, because a lot of people feel alone in this world and you're not. And I know it feels like that because there's times when I feel alone as well. And this has always been a catharsis for me. And for a minute, I allowed situations and people to taint this thing. And I'm trying my best to get back into it because it brought me some kind of peace and it is something for me. So I want to encourage you guys that if there's anything that brings you peace, don't let somebody take that away from you. And if there is something that really, really, really is important to you, make it a priority. I don't want my videos to feel like a chore because it didn't used to feel like that. And my peace is very important to me. My peaceful time is very important to me. That's why I don't deal, I don't go, I don't do nothing that aggravates me or pisses me off. You gonna have to get the fuck on. So I don't want this to be that. But I'm really, really, really trying to get back into it and find a joy in it that I used to. And I think that I will if I become more consistent. So that's just my spiel for today. So I hope everybody has a wonderful week. And I will see y'all next time.